So Sustainable Living Ottawa East works on projects that support sustainable lifestyle choices for the community, but there really is no sustainable future for Old Ottawa East unless those considerations are really woven in very integrally to the development of the Oblate lands. Energy considerations are really central to sustainability as well. So SLO embarked on some research with Carleton University to explore what the options and opportunities might be for sustainable energy approaches in the future development. And what the research shows is that a district energy system is a feasible approach for the development of the Oblate lands. Now what is needed is to bring some of the stakeholders around the table who will be able to help make that happen, and of course the developer is really central to that. And at the same time, no matter what, it's going to be really important that energy efficiency and green energy supply is given strong consideration in the future development.
District energy is a really interesting field these days. It's a set of pipes that go from the building where the heat is needed, from sources of heat like power plants or boilers where the heat is generated. Many cities now are considering the use of cogeneration or combined heat and power. So instead of generating electricity at a central plant where fuel is used to make electricity at about 25 or 30% efficient, and throwing the heat into the lake, they are making the heat locally, making the electricity locally in reciprocating engines or gas turbines. So the electricity is made locally, and the heat that would have been thrown away is now captured to heat hot water to do space heating for buildings, to meet their energy needs in a much more sustainable way. What is found now that this is becoming a major opportunity to reduce greenhouse gases, reduce the use of fossil fuel in cities around the world. In Canada, it is also being picked up quite rapidly. Despite the fact that we have many types of fossil fuel available, people are finding that in local communities they can use the type of energy that is often thrown away locally.
When you look at biomass in particular, it's got a big advantage over natural gas, because if you're using natural gas in Ontario, you're actually going to increase your greenhouse gas emissions, because Ontario has almost no coal left. It's going to be gone very soon. There is lots of renewable energy available in Ontario, which a lot of people don't realize. The big advantage of biomass is that it does reduce, possibly almost eliminate your greenhouse gas emissions, contrary to which natural gas doesn't. Natural gas is simpler to use and there's lots of it around, but it really doesn't help the overall environment when you use natural gas. And lots of communities have looked at renewable energy in general, including district energy systems, or whether they should look at solar or wind or biomass. They all have their problems, okay? And people will say, well, if you start using biomass, for example, you're going to have to cut down all the trees to get rid of all the coal in the world or something like that. I strongly object when people make claims like that, because no one is suggesting ever that you would go to that extreme.
The difficulty that we've seen with the presentations of conventional district energy systems is that we're comparing them to a business as usual boiler and chiller in a building. And under those terms, it's very, very difficult to see the advantage of a district energy system. But when you raise the stakes of the game, when you raise the performance requirements, then you start coming to a point where the codes are in Ontario now where you can't squeeze any more out of a boiler. You can't get a better chiller. So that starts to present a new opportunity for a district energy system. So the example would be if you've got a property with the potential of 1,400 units and the neighborhood will only absorb 100 units a year, you might be stuck there for 14 years. Now, if you want to accelerate your schedule, you have to give them something that's special to buy in. So in that case, the developer may choose to say, well, this community has declared itself an environmentally sensitive community. We're going to respond by doing a totally sort of carbon neutral community. And at that point, the district energy system starts delivering value over a conventional boiler and chiller in a single building. Because you can add any different fuel, you can add renewable fuels of different kinds, you You can run power generation and heat. You could do all these other things and add that to a network independent of the building.